In this video, I am pulling up anchor and setting sail to a pretty unique spot. There's a ship wrecked on the beach right in the Abacos Islands. It's been there for a few years, and this time I'm actually taking you on board for a closer look. I had spent a few nights anchored at Great Guana Cay in the Abacos, but it was time to get moving.
All right, getting moving today, just me. No big deal. I do have crew, actually, crew that you've seen before coming back in a few days. She won't be here for a little bit. So moving today by myself, gonna head up to Green Turtle Cay. Gonna stop and check out a shipwreck along the way. Merlin, what are you doing? You can come up here. I don't know what he's doing down there. What's up, Merlin? You want attention? Yeah, how you doing? So I'm about ready to pull up anchor here, start the engines and all that. Although the guy in front of me parked way too close to me, and he's like, there's no way I can get my anchor up without him moving. So he's just gonna have to move. He literally is anchored 50 feet in front of me. So anyway, all right. Well, the boat in front of me is pulling up anchor now. They said they were, I asked them, said, hey guys, you're on my anchor, very politely. And they said, oh yeah, sorry, we're leaving in 10 minutes anyways. That finally, yeah, sure, no problem. So anyway, kind of tightened up the boat a little, got my bridle off. They're moving right now, and then as soon as they're out of the way, I will pick up my anchor and get moving.
If you're solo on a boat, it can be pretty easy to pick up your anchor as long as the wind isn't too strong. The key is you pull in on the anchor chain until the chain gets tight, and then you stop and let the weight of the chain pull the boat forward. That way the windlass is not pulling the boat, the chain is.
All right, on the move. Headed generally north. The winds are out of the south. They're like perfectly out of the south. We're like, I'd love to do like, oh shit, I need to turn this a little sharper. Anyway, I'd love to put the mizzen and the Genoa up, but I don't think I can because the wind would be directly behind the boat, and so the mizzen would block out the Genoa. There's 11 knots of breeze. It's about 15 miles up there, but we're gonna make a stop on the way and check out the sunken ship. So, on our way. So there is enough wind to put the sail up. There's 10 knots, but the problem is that be a little hard because I'd have to put it out on the starboard side. It'd be on port side tack, so sail will be over here. My furling line is on the port side, so like to run both of those, I need another person to bet. I mean, I could do it if I had to, but I'm only going another 5-6 miles. I'm just not gonna bother with it. Although the other boats are all shaming me by putting their sails out now. So all these places over here is Baker's Bay. It's like pretty exclusive. Like this whole end of the island, I believe, is like, well, semi-private. You gotta like be a member of Baker's Bay to get in there. There's a nice marina. I've never been in. I'm not a member, right? I don't know anybody that is. So you gotta be a member and you gotta have a house there and stuff before they let you in. But it's apparently pretty nice, and you can see why. I mean, there's some really nice homes right on the water. And it's kind of a private gated community in the Bahamas, so nice spot, I guess. N-E-O-O-M-G-G, let's go, you're the one for me. Though your man's bigger than I am, all my days he did. All right, we're about to round Whale Key. I'm hoping that boat's still there. I mean, it's been there for years. I mean, I've always wanted to stop by, but it's always been a little too windy or whatever. But the wind's pretty light and it should be in the lee. I hope it's still there, but I mean, odds are now that I finally get a chance to go look at it, it's gone. But I'm going to go in and look. All right, I'm anchored here at the Don't Rock Pass. So that's a boat. I don't know the story behind it. Maybe I'll try and look it up. But anyway, it's right there on the beach, and I've always wanted to go up there and check it out. And so I'm going to do that now. Let me pull up the dinghy and we'll take the boys.
I tried to find some information online about this boat, but the most I could find is that the boat crashed on the rocks in 2023, and then a storm washed the boat over to the beach. Apparently the hull is cracked all the way through. I couldn't find any information about the owner or how it happened, which is probably why the boat is still there. The authorities can't find anyone to blame or to charge to have the boat moved. I loaded up the pups in the dinghy to go take a look at it firsthand. I was interested in the boat. Cougar and Merlin were just interested in having their own private island for a little bit. So the name of the boat is Indulgence. Somebody might have indulged a little too much. I brought my shoes in case I need it. So the motors are all submerged. I mean, I'd imagine anything of value has already been salvaged out of this. It looks like an older boat anyway. Somebody's already cut away the cleats and stuff. Anything worth of value. Chain is gone, anchor's gone. This would be the forward cabin. See the master cabin. Pretty well trashed. It's a little cleaner than I thought it was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be all nasty and like broken glass everywhere, but it's really not too bad. I brought my shoes in case I needed them, but I don't think I need them. All right, I'm gonna try to go upstairs, see what's going on up there. All right, yeah, pretty much everything's gone here. Glad I stopped and checked it out. It's kind of, I've obviously, this thing's been here for at least 3 years, maybe longer. So kind of interesting to actually get out in here and take a look at it. If you can see all the navigation equipment is all really old Raytheon stuff. Like this stuff, they hadn't made this stuff in 20 years probably, half this equipment. So it was an older boat, and then who knows what happened to it. I guess it probably broke free during a storm and ended up here. All right, well, there you go. I will head back to the boat now. It didn't take me but a couple minutes to pull up the anchor, and I unfurled the Genoa. I wasn't sailing real fast, but I wasn't in a hurry. It was a nice, relaxing sail and pretty great conditions. You can't ask for much better.
Why I feel alone. Yeah, maybe that's why I feel so alone.
All right, cruising along, doing 4.5, 5 knots on 12 knots of breeze, but just the Genoa out. You know, on short trail, I only got 3.5 miles to go after that stop, so why bother putting all the sails up when you can just cruise on this, and you know, it takes an extra 10 minutes, whatever. Well, officially beer 30. Cheers. My friend was passing me in his 94-foot Horizon. We were both headed to Green Turtle Cay. Before arriving to Green Turtle, it was time to furl in the Genoa. I needed a little tide to enter. White Bay is the northern bay on the island, and it's about 4.5 feet at low tide. And I draw 6.5 feet, so I needed a couple feet of tide. It was pretty calm, so it made it easy to catch the mooring on my own. I already had one mooring line on, but I was connecting another one. It's always safer to have 2 mooring lines running back to each their own cleat rather than one cleat to the other. If you run them from one cleat to the other, they can kind of saw through the line.
Sometimes I feel like giving up. Yeah, I said, sometimes I feel like giving up. 'Cause me, I'm rusted and weathered.
White Bay is protected pretty much 360 degrees around. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel and click the bell for notifications, as in the next video I welcome back Jennifer's crew and we start sailing back towards the United States of America. Our patrons in Sailing Doodles Navy got this video 4 days early, and you can too. It's only a few dollars a month. Please click the link in the description.